Hey everyone, I'm sorry to create another video. Sorry, not sorry. Um, Something I caught about yesterday and why there was a power outage in Argentina, Uruguay, and Chile. Um, Check this out. It's all in the numbers. It has a lot to do with my last video, so if you haven't checked out my last video, you have to watch that. So yesterday was 6/15, 2019. So if I were to calculate 1 and 5, I have a 6 and a 6. 2019 makes a 3. It's just weird, the coding. Um, Even if you were to go 6 and 6 is 12, and 3 makes 15, it still adds the 6. So there's no coincidence that something happened, but like I told you guys, I can't predict what and where, but in the number codings, it tells you that there are powers that think they be who create these events because that's their synchronicity, that's their pattern. Or maybe, I don't know, they are allies of the light who, I don't know, who knows, but there was a power outage in, let's say this is South America. I'll pull up a map and put it in my description box, but if you look at the different areas that this power outage happened, they say it took out 2 countries, but when I did the research, it showed 3. There's a triangle. I think Uruguay is up here, and I think Argentina is over here, and Chile is over here. I think I need to double check. I should have did that before I hit record, and some things don't occur to you until you get off of the camera. You're like, oh darn. So this I would have included in my last video, but I didn't realize that 615 was a 6/6, and then going into an equivalent of 15 from adding 2019, which comes out to a single digit of 3 because you add 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 12 and 1 and 2 makes a 3. So then you keep going until the numbers make a single digit. If that makes any sense, if you haven't been part of my channel, this is what I've been doing with the dates. 3, 6, and 6 makes a 15. You go one more time down, and 1 and 5 makes a 6. So as you guys know, if you haven't been up to date with my channel, I did the monthly number codes for June, and this was the first time I've seen an escalation. I haven't said that word in a while. So it's an escalation of 1 to 9, and it stops at a 9. Then another escalation, and it stops at a 9 because you have 18, right? And then you have another escalation of numbers, and then here we go with a 6. And then you have another escalation of numbers. This ends at 9 as well. So the 27th is a 9. 24 is a 6, and 8 is a 9. So the powers that think they be are going to F with us probably till the end of the month. The 29th makes Oh, that's an 11. So it'll probably stop around July. Sorry, leave July out of it. It'll probably stop here because there's an 11. It'll stop here because the numbers they don't create an algorithm. They don't create a pattern or a rhythm, so it stops on the 29th. So we should see some funny business going on, but every first to the 9th ends with a 9. That's crazy, right? So they all end with 9. So what that was telling me was that there was a as above a Fibonacci going up sequence. At any time you have a 6, you go back down. So a lot of times, I guess what I'm channeling is this is just how it works. Whoever thinks they're in control acts on these numbers, and whether it's 6 or 9, it's almost like a graph where here's like the end of time, and here's like, I don't know. Ever since this happened, and then ever since this happened, there's just been an influx and deflux of events, right? I never done the code for this either, since we're already on record. So the Mayan calendar, they say 12/21/2012. So all that equates to 5, 3, and 3. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 would be these two. Then we're adding a 3, which makes an 11. And we all woke up. Some people are like, "Ooh, I had my awakening." No, you did not have your awakening. We have to get to this gate first. You were changing, and there was preparation, but there was no ascension process until this date came about. But we weren't accelerating at a faster rate. So last year, I forget what date it was, but it was March 2018. I could probably put this together. 11. That could have been an 8. 3, 8. So that'll be March 8th, which would have been 11/11. And that's when the light codes and the gematria codes came through, and we were all having synchronicities, a bunch of them since this day. I wasn't even doing these number codes until this date happened. So it makes you wonder, like, what kind of world do we live in? All this stuff. But I'm not going to go on the fear train and constantly post the same message that I see many people doing, which is only inviting fear. And speaking of fear, any time, like yesterday, we saw how the 6 was reoccurring. So the 6 reoccurring yesterday, and then you just say, let's just unplug the power grid. That put fear into the Fibonacci. It put fear into the realm, the reality. So anytime that things pop off or go crazy, the first thing you need to do is just keep your mouth quiet, keep your mind silent. Because the lower frequencies, you feed it all the time when you panic, when you freak out. Those of us who get panic attacks, it's the same thing. It's like a text message between us and the divine. When we feel the weird, strange feelings and we feel something's not right or off, then those are right instincts, but it's using our low frequency to magnify the connection and deliverance of the message. So it's just crazy. I'm getting tired, but we have to keep going. It's just, I didn't think that this rabbit hole that we call our spiritual journey would go this way and this direction and this far, but why stop now? Why you can't stop? Because even if, and people who have said I'm taking a break, they already know there are no breaks. This will keep antagonizing you and bothering you, and you just have to cater to it. It's like a positive addiction. Because there's affirmations, and the affirmations are proof of its own. It is what it is. But hang in there, everybody. Stay encouraged. Stay enlightened. Stay positive. That's the key. I need to call my father. Happy Father's Day to you guys out there who are parents. And just this quick message about fathers. No father in the world is perfect. Not one single father is perfect. I know that every father out there had a dysfunction or a defect or whatever, but it's really about how the full circle comes about. And as long as you consider that there is a full circle, you will continue to grow. And like, my father is totally not the most perfect person in the world, but the fact that we had a conversation the other day, and it was like, whoa, he called me. It's a process of the ending of the offset and the imbalance. It's a start of balancing, and it's really about bringing them to their full completion also. And that's why I really appreciate this journey, because the more I expand myself, the more I understand the things I didn't agree with and things I didn't understand. That's why I always tell people to kind of just kick it when it comes to politics right now. You already know people are not on our side, but then things are happening in ways that we don't understand. So let's not criticize too quickly. Let's not take on a battle that's not ours. That is someone else's battle. Ours is really metaphysical. It's emotional and it's mental. So, with that said, I'll let you guys go today. I'm taking a video break. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. But I wanted to make sure that update came through, that I found a synchronicity in numbers that I didn't see earlier, and I caught on to it. So have a great day, everybody.